I've been documenting the journey of building a software company for the past year, but I've been building this company for the past 3 years. Today I'm just doing a little update. Honestly, I'm just absolutely suffocating in things to do. And this is not just in business, but generally in life. And what I mean by that is like, there's this, I'd call him a mentor of mine. He's an ex-client. One time he said something that I thought was quite interesting, but like basically said like, you can't really work on more than one thing at once. There's so much in life to juggle. You are already always juggling 2 projects, you know, with work and with your own life. And with personal stuff is like, right now I have a bunch of personal to-dos, everything from just normal, like being human stuff, kind of like getting nutrition right, fitness, and taking care of myself. But then also in the company, there's a lot of things to do. The main thing that I feel suffocated with is just like really struggling to carve out that time to move the business forward. Like that's hard. It's quite hard. And honestly, there's no band-aid fix other than just getting through it and like getting the stuff done. But this is the challenge of being a small business founder is I need to make time for the marketing. I need to make time to work on the business, quote unquote, because working in the business is consuming so much of my time. I got to take care of client stuff. I got to be on top of that. I also got to be on top of like marketing and pushing stuff forward, because otherwise we won't grow. Still like pinpointing a better niche and things. Like I've been running this company for a while and we've done okay, but we haven't been able to scale into like the 7-figure range. And I know that I think that's because we haven't pinpointed a problem that we're really good at solving and really doubled down on that. And that's really what I've helped a handful of guys to start their own agencies, because, you know, I've learned a thing or two, but that's the first thing that I help them do. And I think one of the drawbacks of kind of like, I started this agency when I was 17. One of the drawbacks, unfortunately, is that I had very little exposure to business problems. I just went to the market with a skill set and I didn't really think about where to best apply that skill set. And I built MVPs and whatnot, which unfortunately is not a great market for all kinds of reasons, but especially structural churn. And I want to move into a different market. And so we're working on a client case study, but I got to move forward with their pilot project. Basically, we're doing a client pilot for a data observability dashboard thing, and basically to help them with their marketing data. Potentially we can build out some marketing automations for them as well. I think the main thing is I also struggle with impatience, and this is a problem of my own, but I want things to click like by next month. And the reality is, hey, maybe that's not the case. In fact, that's probably not the case. Things take longer than you think. The same thing is true like when I speak to other founders, and I'm talking founders who've been in the game. This is more a reminder to myself than anything else, to be honest. You know, I spoke to this guy, he's the founder of MoonHub, and they do VR security training. Who would have thought? VR for security training. Fair enough. And you know, that guy's been at it for 8 years. And the way you find product market fit is you keep scrambling around, you keep just doing stuff until you find something. And I'm hell-bent on the mission of this company at the end of the day, in one form or another, is to help businesses use more technology. And I think that's because I want to stick to this mission, because I fundamentally believe like the world runs on this like backbone of dinosaur business. And the world has never seen change like so fast as we have in the past 15 to 20 years. And so there's a whole backbone of companies that us humans, we rely on. And by helping them use technology, we can improve those companies and by extension, improve the lives of many, many millions and even billions of people. We have that big vision, but we need to start with something small in a really specific niche and things like that. And finding exactly where to start with that isn't necessarily easy, but I'm hell-bent on figuring that out. And you know, any founder that I talk to, I know you just have to keep fiddling around and keep doing stuff until you stumble onto something that clicks. But it doesn't feel great to stumble around for this long. It's just the process that you have to go through. And like, there's no shortcuts. Some people get it right earlier on, and you know what? Good for them. But like, what does that matter to you? It could not be more irrelevant to your situation. If you cannot copy the steps that they did, then don't pay attention. But like fundamentally, I think what's common in any of those founders is like they will keep doing things until one thing leads to another, and eventually you stumble onto a market. If you just don't stop, that's what's going to happen. I know that eventually you will always figure it out, but the waiting game is not fun. The waiting game, you don't see the results you want to see. I want to continue to push to figure this out, but I know that I'm impatient, but I have to just keep going through the motions, one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. There's no point at looking up ahead at the end of the road. I went to Scotland recently and I was hiking some mountains, whatever. And when you're climbing on a 45, 50 degree angle incline, it's hellish. You know, you're basically on all fours trying not to roll down and fall to potentially your death. Obviously you can self-arrest, whatever. But you're climbing that, and honestly it sucks. Like your legs are gonna burn. And in this situation we were carrying like a 20, 25 kilo backpack. And it hurts and whatever. whatever. And sometimes, I stop and look up, and the reality is that is way more useless than it is to just look at my feet and put one foot in front of the other. And I think that's the thing I need to concentrate on, and I just need to remind myself that. I'm gonna go to sleep, see if I can wake up a bit early. I feel tired and I want to get rid of that and get back on top of things. So that's it that I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna head off to sleep and get to work tomorrow and just put one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. Don't look up, don't look ahead, don't lift your head. Like, just for the time being, I've figured out I'm on the path, whatever. Like, I don't need to look up right now. Right now, the only thing I need to do is look down and put one foot in front of the other and just get on with things. Like, task by task, get it done. Just knock one thing after the other off the to-do list, and slowly things will come apart. Things will unravel. Well, the knot will unravel, and keep making my way. Comment any questions if you haven't. I will try and reply to pretty much all of them.